Alright, so that gives us 4 1/2 yards to inches. Now we can change that to a decimal. So instead of having it as a mixed number, we can have a decimal on that, 4 1/2, which is the same as 4.5. That's just 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So 4.5 yards. Now again, this is all dimensional analysis stuff. So I'm going to change this to from yards. Specifically from yards, I'm going to have to change that to feet first, because I know the conversion from yards to feet, and that's 1 yard is 3 feet. Now what this will do is, again, it's just going to tell me how many feet I have. And that would be 4.5 times the 3, 12, 13.5. And feet. But we didn't want feet, we wanted inches. So 13.5 feet, again, dimensional analysis for this one. Let's give ourselves a little bit more space. So I know for inches and feet, 1 foot is 12 inches. And that should give me, I don't know, 13.5 times 12, 162 inches. Miles to feet. So we got 2 1/2 miles, so that's really just 2.5 miles. Well, let me ask you, do you want me to use the decimal, or I would change it to a improper fraction? It's up to you. So we'll stick with the decimal on this. And again, dimensional analysis, we're going to change this into feet. And we do have a direct conversion from feet to miles. And I'm just looking at the chart here. I got 1 mile at 5,280 feet. So again, the miles cancel out, which is what we wanted. And this now becomes feet. I got 2.5 times 5280. And I get 13,200 feet. There we go. All right. 176 ounces, 2 pounds. So we got 176 ounces. And we can convert this directly into pounds. So we'll divide the ounces again, so that the ounces will cancel out. But we know that 1 pound is the same as 16 ounces. So really what happens, and I didn't really show it on these other ones, but we just have some fraction multiplication right here. So that's 176 really divided by 1 times 16, which is 16. That's supposed to be on the 7 right there. So on my calculator, 176 divided by 16, and I get 11. 11 pounds. Five pounds is 7 ounces, 2 pounds. Okay. So the thing we know is that we got 5 pounds. We just got to figure out what the decimal is for 7 ounces right there. So, well, we know, looking at this, we got 7 ounces. And again, the dimensional analysis, we got 1 pound for 16 ounces. And it's important to realize this just so that we know that the ounces cancel out. So I got 7 divided by 16. Just a little shortcut on that. I got 5.4375, so I would just round that up to 4. 5.44 pounds on this one. So 18. These ones, I really like these, and this is what I like about the international system is metrics. We can just move that decimal wherever we want. So it just may help to remember where the basic units are. So when we got units, we have the decameters. I'm sorry, the deca units. Whether it's meters, grams, or meters, grams or liters. There we go. And then we got centimeters and then millimeters. Now those are the decimal parts. We also have, well, that was decigrams. This is decagrams. There we go. I think it's just D, maybe. I forget, not that it matters. We can just put the D. Then we got, yeah, hecto, thank you. The kilos. So, now that we see this, for example, 18 meters, that's straight up just at the units. Now the decimal is always going to be, if we don't see it, it's just going to be behind or to the right of that last number. And particularly, centimeters is 1 places to the right of those units. So we would move this decimal 2 places to the right, and we end up with 1,800 centimeters. So this next one, same idea, except for now, with this 67, we're starting with this millimeter stuff and we're going to the left. So we're going to move that decimal to the left 1 space to get to centimeters. And we end up with 6.7 centimeters. 20 is the same idea. The kilos are 1, 2, 3 spots away to the left of the units. And meters are just units, so we would move that 3 spots to the left. And we got 0.969 kilometers. Kilometers, whatever. We've already got this put out there. 22, 2 kilograms to grams. Now kilos, again, the grams is the basic unit, so it's 3 units to the right. So we got 2. This decimal will move it 3 spots to the right, and we end up with 2,000 grams. Let's do one of these though. Let's do 29. Let's look at 4 inches to centimeters. So on my chart here, we're doing inches to centimeters. So I got 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. See that right there in the bottom, right? I don't know if that's completely visible. So 4 inches. We're going to convert to centimeters. And again, my chart is telling me that 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So we'll multiply these. Again, the inches cancel away, and we got 4 times 2.54, which would be 10.16 centimeters. I'm sorry, that's added around to the nearest tenth. So we'll make that 10.2 centimeters. All right, 4.76 hours. So automatically we know that there's 30. So that's definitely 4 hours. So we just got to figure out how many minutes 0.76 hours is. So again, dimensional analysis. We'll change this from hours to minutes, and we should probably get some kind of decimal value on this as well. So I got 7.76 times 60, and yeah, that does. So we end up with 45.6 minutes. So it's definitely 4 hours and 45 minutes. We just got to figure out how much we're going to look at this 0.6 minutes is in seconds. So the dimensional analysis, let me move that actually. 0.6 minutes times, what is that? That's minutes. Minutes and seconds. 60 seconds every 1 minute. So we'll multiply those. Again, the minutes cancel out just like the hours did. So 0.6 times 60. And I got 36 seconds out of that. equals 36 seconds. So 4 hours, 45 minutes, and 36 seconds. Alright, so I'm going to do 36 just below here. And we got 2 hours, 58 minutes, 30 seconds, 2 hours. So and it says around this to the nearest tenth. That's good. It's kind of like what we did on 38, but now backwards. We do have 2 hours, definitely, so it should be 2 point something hours. And we'll figure out what that is. We'll just round it to the nearest tenth. Now, particularly, we got 58 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's change seconds into minutes. So we got 30 seconds. We'll change this into minutes. And it's 1 minute for 60 seconds. And as a decimal, that would be 0.5 minutes. So we really have 58.5 minutes. Now let's change this to hours again. Just using dimensional analysis, we'll multiply this by hours over minutes. 1 hour for 60 minutes, particularly. So 58.5 divided by the 60, and I got 0.975 hours. This said round to the nearest tenth. So that, I mean, this is what it was, right? 2.975 hours. But since it says to round to the nearest tenth, we're going to round this 9 up. So we'll add 1 to the 2 and we get 3.0 hours. That's a little tricky of them, but it still works.